and I am 28. I will smack a big bitch. What that bitch wanna do? I'll send you right to the Lord. Michael, drink your drink. They said never have I ever sucked toes. Drink your drink. He be sucking these toes.
Girl, you sound like a motherfucker.
It is just after midnight on June 25th, 2023, Kansas City, Missouri. On a stretch of Prospect Avenue you probably wouldn't know by name, there is music playing and people dancing and a young woman in her best outfit holding a phone up to the sky, laughing so hard she can barely keep the frame steady. Her name is Jasity Strong. She has just turned 28 years old, and she is recording herself, joyful, unguarded, completely alive, in what will become the last video anyone ever takes of her. She doesn't know that yet. Nobody knows that yet. In 4 hours and 30 minutes, Jasity will be dead. Shot down in the parking lot of an unlicensed after-hours spot on 57th and Prospect. 3 people will die that night. 6 more will be wounded. And the man who pulls the trigger, the man who starts it all over something so small it almost defies description. He has only been free for 48 hours. A $1,000 bond. That is what Jasity Strong's life was weighed against. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Because before I tell you how this night ends, I need to tell you who Jasity was. I need you to know her. Really know her. Because the moment you do, the moment she becomes a real person to you and not just a name, this story changes. It gets heavier. It gets harder to sit with, and it should be hard to sit with, because it should never have happened.
Welcome to Caught in the Web True Crime Stories. Kindly support us by subscribing to this channel and turn the notification icon.
At breaking news now out of Kansas City, Missouri. KCPD is reporting at least 3 people are dead following a shooting in the city's south side from around 4:30 this morning, so 4 hours ago now. Fox 4's Carrie Wickersham has been following this all morning. She's at the scene at 57th and Prospect with what we know so far about this shooting. Carrie?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, the street's still closed off here between 56th and 58th and Prospect. As I step aside, you can see there is still a very active scene here this morning. As you said, Shannon, we know that 3 people died here early this morning in a gunfight. We don't know exactly what happened. The police chief told us it was some sort of conflict, and then at least 5 other people drove themselves to the hospitals with injuries that were sustained here.
Jasity Strong was born on June 25th, 1995, in Kansas City. Her family called her Jazz, sometimes Jazz. She was the eldest of 5 children. And being the oldest in a big family teaches you things that nobody puts in a curriculum. You learn to look after people before you learn to look after yourself. You become the one who holds everything together. That was Jazz. She was 28 years old, and she was already carrying more than most people carry in a lifetime, and she carried it like it was nothing. She worked as a certified nursing assistant at a senior care facility in Kansas City. And I don't mean she worked there the way some people just show up and clock in. She chose it, deliberately, because she had watched her own grandmother struggle inside care facilities, watched how some workers treated elderly patients like tasks on a list. She was working toward her nursing degree. She had a plan. She also had her makeup business, self-taught, built from scratch, every technique learned from YouTube tutorials and hours of practice on real faces. She had become a semi-finalist for a Kansas City People's Choice Award, all of it built from nothing but refusal to quit. And then there were her children. Kirsten, 6 years old, Junior, her 1-year-old son, named after his father. Jasity's phone was a photo album of those 2. Every milestone, every ordinary moment that didn't feel ordinary to her. Her mother, Tamika Jenkins, had Jasity when she was just 15 years old. They grew up more like sisters than parent and child. Tamika's home in South Kansas City had an unofficial name that everyone in the family used, Club Mama's house, because it was the kind of home people were always coming back to. There was always food, always music, always somebody sleeping on the couch. For her 28th birthday, that was where Jasity wanted to be. Home. With her people. The decorations were already hung. The cake was on the counter. Tamika had put together what the family called a private club, a small celebration inside those walls, the safest place Jasity knew. But Jasity went out first, and she never made it back. Now let me introduce you to someone else. His name is Keivon M. Green, 26 years old. Born July 7th, 1996, Kansas City. I want to walk you through his record because it matters, not as a lecture, as a timeline. What a timeline that should have ended somewhere entirely different than a parking lot on Prospect Avenue. 2019, drug charges. His first brush with the courts. May 2022, another drug violation. Possession of a controlled substance. The cases pile. Somewhere along the way, a court date was set for July 11th, 2023. A pending case already on the calendar. Keivon Green was a man already tangled in the legal system on multiple fronts. Then June 13th, 2023 arrived, 12 days before Jasity's birthday. Police in Independence, Missouri picked him up. He was allegedly the getaway driver in a shoplifting incident. But when officers moved to apprehend him, Green didn't comply. He resisted arrest. And when they searched his car, they found two things: a loaded gun and drugs. 2 new felony charges, added to everything already pending. And the court looked at all of this. The history, the current charges, the gun, the resistance. And they set his bond at $1,000. $1,000. Green spent 9 days inside the Jackson County Detention Center. On June 23, 2023, he posted that bond. He signed the paperwork. He walked out into a Kansas City afternoon a free man. 2 days later, 48 hours, almost to the minute, 3 people were dead. I need to pause here and ask you something directly. A man with drug charges going back to 2019, a pending court case, arrested 12 days earlier with a loaded gun in his car, resisting arrest. And the court said, $1,000 is enough. Does that sit right with you? Drop your answer in the comments. We read every single one. It is the night of June 24th, rolling into the early hours of June 25th, 2023, where Jasity is out with her friends. The birthday celebration has started early, as birthdays tend to do. Earlier that evening, she FaceTimed her mother. The two of them toasted her birthday through the phone screen. The group ends up at a place called Perfect Touch Auto Detail, an auto repair shop at 57th Street and Prospect Avenue in East Kansas City. During the week, they fix cars there. But on Friday and Saturday nights, after the bars close, this building becomes something else, an after-hours spot. No liquor license, no security, no permits of any kind, just a space people know about. A space where the night continues when everywhere else shuts down. Kansas City police already know this address. Residents in the neighborhood have complained about it. The city knows it operates this way, and nothing has been done. But that is the room Jasity is standing in right now. It is now past 4 in the morning. The music is still going. People are still dancing. Jasity is still out there, still soaking in the last hours of being 28, surrounded by people who love her, in a summer night that feels exactly the way a birthday should feel. And somewhere in that parking lot, Keivon Green is there too. He has been free for 48 hours. He has a gun on him. The clock is ticking, and nobody in that parking lot knows it. At approximately 4:30 in the morning, whilst the surveillance cameras on a building near 57th and Prospect are recording, they will capture everything. Here is what happens. A woman gives someone a hug. That is the moment this story turns on. A brief, ordinary embrace. To everyone in that parking lot, it means absolutely nothing, except to Keivon Green. Green watches the hug. He doesn't like it. According to court documents, he walks up and exchanges words with 2 women standing in the street. Then he walks away, heading west along 57th Street, roughly 25 feet, to where his brother's standing. They talk. Something is decided between them, and then Green comes back. What happens in the next few seconds will end 3 lives and fracture dozens more. A shot is fired. The crowd erupts into chaos. People who were dancing 30 seconds ago are now running, screaming, dropping to the ground, searching for cover in a parking lot that has nowhere to hide. Gunfire is coming from more than one direction now. Witnesses will later say they heard 40, maybe 50 shots. Some said they stopped counting. The night doesn't just go wrong, it shatters. When Kansas City police arrive at 57th and Prospect, this is what they find. A man down in the street on East 57th Street. A woman in the parking lot at 5700 Prospect Avenue. A third victim in the parking lot at 5644 Prospect Avenue, across the road. 3 people, 3 lives, gone. In the time it took someone to decide that a hug was a reason to draw a weapon. On the woman in the first parking lot, that is Jasity Strong. She is 28 years old. She has been 28 years old for 4 hours and 30 minutes. The man in the street is Nico Manning, 22 years old, celebrating his own birthday that same night, different year. His father, Kenny Manning, had been inside the building when the shots rang out. He ran outside and found his son. Both of Nico's parents dropped to their knees in the street and performed CPR on him until the paramedics arrived and told them, gently and then firmly, to stop. There was nothing left to save. The third victim is Camden Brown, 29 years old, gone before anyone understood what was happening. 6 others are wounded. 6 more people who will carry that parking lot inside them, in scars, in nightmares, and in the way they flinch at loud sounds for the rest of their lives. Kansas City detectives do not wait. The surveillance footage is already pulling its weight. Clear footage from the cameras at 57th, and Prospect shows a man in a white shirt moving deliberately through the crowd, drawing a weapon, firing. The investigators have his face. They have the sequence of events. They have the moment the decision was made. Detectives have already traced a person of interest to a residence on Martha Truman Road in Grandview. An arrest is made in connection with the investigation, but Green himself is not there. He is at a hospital. Keivon Green has a gunshot wound to his right hand. He was hit in the chaos he created, and now he is lying in a hospital bed, trying to explain himself to the detectives who walk through the door. He tells them he was a victim. He says he was caught in the crossfire, that the gunfire came from everywhere, that someone else started it, that he just happened to be there. He tells them this with a straight face, a wounded hand, and a white shirt that matches the footage frame for frame. Investigators bring in a woman who survived the shooting, someone Green knew personally from school. They show her the footage. She watches the man in the white shirt move through the parking lot. She confirms it. That is Green. And she tells them something more. She now believes it was Green who shot her. The story he told in that hospital room fell apart in real time. On June 26th, one day after the shooting, prosecutors file initial charges. First-degree assault. Armed criminal action. They keep building. On June 27th, Jackson County Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker steps in front of cameras. She announces upgraded charges. 3 counts of second-degree murder. 3 counts of armed criminal action. Under Missouri's felony murder rule, it doesn't matter which specific bullet struck Jasity, or Nico, or Camden. What matters is who started it, who drew first, who set the chain in motion. That was Keivon Green. Peters Baker is direct. He set off this chain of events. He is to be held accountable for all of the results of that evening. Green is remanded without bond. No $1,000 release this time. The door closes behind him and stays closed. But the door closing behind him doesn't open the one it closed on Jasity. At 57th and Prospect, people come and build a memorial on the sidewalk. Birthday balloons, tied to the fence where shell casings had been. Chalk messages covering the pavement. Someone writes the words that will stay there long after the rain. Forever Jazz. Forever 28. Kenny Manning, Nico's father, the man who knelt in the street trying to bring his son back, says later that he cried until his body ran out of liquid. He looks into cameras and says, "I have been his protector his whole life. Even though he was a grown man now, at that moment, I couldn't protect him. Do you have children?" Can you imagine that moment? The moment you realize the one thing you were put on this earth to prevent just happened and you couldn't stop it. You don't have to answer. But if this is landing with you, stay with us. Drop a comment. Tell us you were here. As Keivon Green now faces 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of armed criminal action in Jackson County Court. Each murder charge carries a potential sentence of 10 to 30 years, or life in prison. His defense maintains he was a victim. The surveillance footage maintains otherwise. Every court date that gets rescheduled, every motion, every delay, for the legal system, that is process. For Tamika Jenkins, it is another morning she wakes up without her daughter. On June 25th, 2024, 1 year to the day, Tamika Jenkins opens Club Mama's house again. But this time, there is no music cued, no drinks, no matching outfits. They release butterflies, they share memories, they put 28 candles on a cake, and they do not let anyone blow them out. And because Jasity is frozen at 28, and they are not ready to pretend otherwise. Tamika's sister, Trish Mitchell, takes their grief and turns it into legislation. She and Tamika bring the case to Missouri State Representative Richard Brown. They are pushing for what they now call Jasity's Law, proposed restrictions on concealed carry at public gatherings across Missouri. They are careful with their language, not gun control, gun responsibility, because they have learned that words determine whether people listen or whether they stop at the label and walk away. The petition is growing. It is not finished. It is a beginning. By the day Jasity was killed, June 25th, 2023, Kansas City had already recorded 98 homicides that year. By August, 124. By the end of the year, 163. Every one of those numbers is a Tamika Jenkins somewhere. And every one of those numbers is a phone call at 4 a.m. that a mother was not ready to receive. If Jasity's story reached you tonight, if it landed somewhere real, please subscribe to Crime Index TV. Turn on notifications. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Not for the numbers. Because Jasity deserves to be known. Her name deserves to be said out loud by people who never met her. Her name is Jasity Strong. She was 28 years old, and she deserved every birthday she was never going to get. This is Crime Index TV. Stay safe out there, and never forget. Behind every statistic is someone who was loved.